a 5-4-1 and keeping them up from relegation. Their stadium is packed at over 60,000 people at about 20 quid a piece. You know that's a lot of money for one game. And you know they've got their investments that they can do. They can't just go out and say, "Hey, get Mbappe." That's not how it is. Um, but you know they're gonna go out and spend. Dominic Szoboszlai is a primary target for them. Behind him is James Maddison, of course. For the number 8 position, we know that Scott McTominay is there, but their top target, and it's easy to bring him in because he was the next player. I'm talking about Gabri Veiga, who scored 2 against Barcelona a few moments ago. He is their top number 8 priority, right? Release clause is only 40 million euros, so it's gonna be a steal to get him. He loves the Premier League, and it's well, scratch that. He loves Real Madrid, but the most likely destination is Premier League because Real Madrid aren't looking at him. Neither are Barcelona, Atletico Madrid, and Celta Vigo are digging their heels in regards to selling him in Spain, actually. I mean, he just saved them from relegation, so they're going to sell him abroad. And it looks Premier League. Arsenal are also interested, but right now Newcastle have the pulling power. Newcastle can give you the project. I mean, if you compare Arsenal and Newcastle's project, with Arsenal, you can say we finish second. We need you. When we get you, you know, we push deep in the Champions League and we go for the title. But when you look at Newcastle, and as a player, I think this is really important. You look at Newcastle, he is a young player. You just say, you're going to be the number 8. You're going to play games. Obviously, if competition does come in, you're not going to play, but you're going to play games. We are in the Champions League. You can come in, you know, it's history. St. James's Park is a historical ground, you know, all the way back to, you want to go the days of Kevin Keegan, you can. Alan Shearer played here, the greatest English striker of all time. You know, it's much easier to sell and much more exciting to join Newcastle because with Arsenal, we see the plan, it's been in place for how long, but this has been just 1 year so far at Newcastle. It's volatile, but it's exciting. That's where, you know, Vega is there and McTominay is his second. Maybe they do go out and still get McTominay if Sean Longstaff decides he wants to play more football. He goes to Everton. But, you know, we don't know about that yet. So Szoboszlai and Gabby Vega, 2 players that could make their move to Newcastle. It would cost them about £100 million. And that's at the maximum, actually, because it's a 70 million release clause for Szoboszlai, 40 million for Vega. If both clubs dig in their heels, then yeah, it's going to be £100 million. But if not, and you can negotiate, it can be well under, and that would be some fantastic deals, especially since they need another they're interested in another right winger. They wanted Moussa Diaby last season, but they avoided that deal in regards to financial fair play. Remember, they finished closer to relegation than midway point, so you know you don't want to get in trouble in your first year. But now they have the shackles off. They can go out and get Moussa Diaby. The thing with Diaby is that he is a target for Real Madrid, and when Real Madrid say they want a player, the player automatically says yes. It's over. It's over. Simple as that. You know. Next on the list, well, didn't really want to get into this, but Lionel Messi, he's done at PSG, which was an awful thing, awful stint. He shouldn't have gone there. Definitely, when he was released from Barcelona, he should have just waited it out, see if Pep would have given him that contract. PSG's been rubbish for him. The fans have never been taken to him. You know, they don't want him to replace their poster boy in Mbappe. And that's fair, you know, he's French and all that thing, he's homegrown. But where does Leo Messi go now? Barcelona have it next to impossible to sign the Argentine again. Financially, they're in all sorts of shits. Does he go to Saudi Arabia? You know, he has been offered a contract that is around, I think it was around 600 million euros per season. That's inclusive of the sponsor deals and endorsements and all of those things. You know, his actual base contract is 400 million for 2 years. 400 million a year for 2 years. So he's close to getting a billion euros, you know, and that would be, you know, I said this when Ronaldo went to the Saudi League. I am not fed up with that. He's been one of the best players in the world. Mbappe is making more than him. He should go and earn this money like he is a good player. Messi should go and earn this money because they've deserved it. They've been at the top and they've never actually been paid like that. They've always been players that have been paid more, that are nowhere close to the level. Now that's where Benzema is probably going as well, and he's going to make a hell of a lot of money. He's going to make about £175 million a year at his new club. Those guys, they've deserved it. You know, I hope to see Lewandowski there soon. I hope to see Eden Hazard go there to rekindle his career. I hope to even see Paul Pogba go there. You know, I know Hamsik retired, but I hope he would have gone there before he did. You know, because some of those players have been some of the greatest players of our generation. I mean, Ballon d'Or for Messi, Ballon d'Or for Ronaldo, Ballon d'Or for Benzema, Ballon d'Or for Lewandowski. Paul Pogba, as a child at Juventus, was the Golden Ball winner, top 5 for Ballon d'Or. Come on, man. Those are players, and even Neymar should go there. You know, those are players that deserve to earn the money. And yes, Neymar may have already did it, but, you know, we don't know with him. We don't know with him. Sticking to this time, we're going to the Bundesliga. And reports out of Germany that Bayern Munich are going to cash in on 3 forwards. Sadio Mane, which we all knew about months ago, Leroy Sané, and Serge Gnabry. And that one could be a shock because Gnabry has been one of the best players of this season. Reports are Tuchel just wants a whole overhaul. He's not happy with the squad in total. He might even change 11 players, but, you know, that's a whole different story. But he wants new attackers. Now, he is interested in a Declan Rice for midfield. When it comes to attack, he is interested in a Harry Kane. Doesn't think he can get him. He is interested in a Mason Mount. And he is interested in a Kai Havertz as well. So we don't know what the front three for Bayern Munich may look like next season. All I'm saying is Bayern know how to sell a player. I mean, they know how to do it. They do know how to do it. Next one here, this is actually not from our list. This is from a player, from a listener, sorry, texting me directly. Oh, okay, so Ilan Meslier, the Leeds goalkeeper. From Meslier, I've heard nothing. I've heard nothing. I've asked my people. We've asked our representatives abroad. We've not heard anything about Ilan Meslier. Now, he is touted to be France's new number 1 goalkeeper. He was linked with a move to PSG last season, not the one that's just ended, but the one before. He was linked to be there to be the backup for a while and then take over. But I've not heard anything on Ilan Meslier. For right now, there is interest in him from other clubs still in the Premier League, and from clubs that have just gotten promoted, like a Luton Town, because, Luton's goalkeeper was on loan anyway. So they do need a goalkeeper. Ethan Horvath, that is, the American, was on loan. So they are interested in getting a goalkeeper. Ilan Meslier doesn't want to be in the Championship. So let's wait and see with that. But Meslier will not start the season at Leeds. That is one thing I've been told. They haven't told me if he will leave, where he will go, but I have been told that he will not be in the Championship. And another thing here, though, and basically I'm going to have this, just run this as the final topic. I can't really go into much more. I'll have this as the final topic for today. Shamar Nicholson. And this is just a local story. Jamaican striker, who I think is the best Jamaican centre forward in the world at the moment. Currently plays for Spartak Moscow in Russia. He's not really had a good season. He made the move just before the war, actually. Before the whole Russia-Ukraine war, he made the move. And he is likely to leave in the summer. Now, with Shamar Nicholson, what I can say, and I do have some sources, they aren't all that massive or whatever with him, but I do have some sources in and around the player, Nicholson. One thing that we all do know, Nicholson is a huge Arsenal fan. He does love the Premier League. He's adored the Premier League ever since he was locally at Boys Town FC. But he is likely to leave. He was actually, while he was at Charleroi in Belgium, he was linked with a move to West Bromwich Albion when they were in the Premier League. That did not materialize due to West Brom not having the financial aspects to complete the deal. But Everton have always been interested in Nicholson. Now this is a move I'm not sure will actually happen. Reason being, this Everton move was being cooked up before they had Lampard. I don't remember who the manager was at that point. They've sacked so many managers. It wasn't Ancelotti. It was the one right after Ancelotti. Who I think that was Rafa Benitez. And he wanted Shamar Nicholson as his number 9 to actually add some depth to the squad, because at the time Dominic Calvert-Lewin was scoring goals, and Nicholson, he was scoring goals in Belgium. He would have been a cheap option. Now, at board level, they do like Nicholson. They really do like the player. Right now, with Sean Dyche in charge, I'm not sure if he'll go for it. Dyche is a player who likes the long ball. We know all that with Chris Wood and all those things. Wood who actually signed for Forest, just shout out to that. But I'm not sure if Dyche is going to be one to say, yes, bring in Nicholson, we're going to have some depth here. Him and Calvert-Lewin front two, I'm not sure if Dyche will go for that. Everton is actually linked with a move for Wout Weghorst from Burnley. So maybe they see him as more of a target man. Or maybe it's actually a smoke screen. Maybe they're just evaluating all their options first. Everton have been linked with a host of players since they've stayed up. We know they have the money. So we're just going to have to wait and see. But Shamar Nicholson will leave Spartak Moscow in the summer. Well, they're going to try and get him out. If he doesn't go, sometimes players don't go. But as long as there's an offer on the table, he will be leaving Spartak Moscow. Whether it's to the Championship, whether it's to the Premier League, whether it's back to Belgium, whether it's to Germany. It's just not going well there in Russia for him. And that's it. That is it. Guys, as usual, it's been a good show. Hopefully Sav is feeling better, everything. We're going to have to check on him after this. And we did hit 200. I have to say thanks again, guys. We have passed that threshold. Last week's episode was our most listened. And you always, on Twitter, it's GZ_sports22. YouTube, GZ Sports Official. I mean, if you can't find it on YouTube itself, which some people actually can't, you just go on the link in the bio at our Twitter page. You'll find it there. It's very simple. And you know what my profile is. You know what for Sav, it's also there in the bio. You can follow us individually. Right now, I'm going to go ahead and see if the Grand Prix is going to go on or if it's going to be another rain delay today. We're having a lot of rain in Jamaica for the past few weeks. And, shout out to some players. There are some young players that may break onto the scene next season or the season after. We already know, to keep it Jamaican, Dejan Richards will be a Chelsea player in October. He'll be loaned out in January. That's possibly a given. And we'll know more about him and his playing style in the end of the back end of next season, probably in either the League 2 or League 1. And shout out to Ronnie Edwards. He was supposed to join Chelsea, actually. Peterborough defender, 20 years old, England international, England under-20 international. A very good player. He will be in League 1 next season. But that's with a massive question mark. 8 million is what they want to sell him. But we'll see you guys next week. Hopefully Sav will be back next week and we'll have a much better show. Talk to you soon.